The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
Hello, there we go. Hey, welcome, Pocket Man. How you doing? Gonna be having some aged white tea. Actually, I meant to look up. It's good. We're about to have some white tea, the way that you showed me to make, because I've definitely I've grown to appreciate brewing that way with you know, white tea and oolong. It definitely adds a lot to the experience for sure. One sec, I wanted to look up. This is actually the first tea that I bought. Well, it came in like a bunch of different ones, but this is the only one that remains from that order. And it was my first ever tea cake. And it's an aged white tea. So I just wanted to check the year on that really quick. One sec. I'm gonna have to go to the website, aren't I? There we go. My phone is so slow. It's ancient, but you know, it gets the job done, and we love it for that. Here we go. Oh, okay. This isn't as aged as I thought, but it's a 2019. So, not super aged, but got a little bit of time on it. I could have just looked right here. Yeah, start off getting some beef measured out. As you can see, I have drank considerable amount of this tea. There's also a lot of like, loose dregs in the paper, but it's been a while. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've had white tea as well. I've been drinking a lot of other teas lately, so this one's just kind of been chilling.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
9.2. Let's get a little bit more. There we go. So you got 10 grams here. I need to drink myself some water. The place I went for dinner made the food taste a bit too salty for your taste. Oh, yeah, I hate when you have a ton of salts, especially if it's not you're not expecting it, and it just kind of it dries you out, and you feel just ugh. Yeah, get you some water for sure, for sure. All right, and then I guess we just throw this all in. That is the way. Try to get this to fit in kind of nicely so it's not overflowing too crazy. Yeah, I agree. The color is just fabulous on this. Let's see how it tastes with your technique, because honestly, I haven't really had a lot of success brewing this one. I've tried a bunch of different ways, just kind of experimenting on my own. And maybe it's the tea, maybe it's just white tea in general, because I've read that the flavor is pretty mild, but I haven't quite had a I haven't quite found the the best way to prepare this, I think. Mm. Okay, yeah, no, this has definitely got some flavor going on. Yeah, yeah. And I think that if you don't brew it right, then you're really gonna miss the flavor altogether, because you're probably gonna be destroying some of those enzymes and whatnot that create it. This is nice. It's got kind of a spiced note to it. It's pretty sweet. But yes, very, very mild. But definitely noticeable. Hmm. Hey, Sammy. Sammy, welcome. Ooh, how was the Da Hong Pao? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that, more delicate teas would be a little less forgiving. You just got to work harder to get the goods, I guess. Mm. Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that then. Almondy, buttery, dried apples, sweet minerality. Very good. Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'm itching to crack into the Da Hong Pao that I have, but I gotta drink some more oolong.
The number you have dialed is not available.
Some I got the Taiwan Yen that I want to finish.
If you're
Don't
hearing
want to
this, I love
have
you.
too many of those open at the same time. Let them releasing their aromatics. That does sound really good. Cheap vacuum impulse sealer. It's not a bad idea. The ugh, brain fart there. The oolongs that I have are already vacuum sealed, but I guess I could just use a. I don't know if my girlfriend has a hair straightener. She's got afro hair. um, but yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll have to put that on my wish list maybe, because that would definitely be a worthwhile investment. All right, steep number 2. You can definitely put Da Hong Pao in your daily rotation. That's awesome. Yeah, I've only had it one other time, but I loved it the one time I did have it. I'm excited to try it again now that I've developed my palate a little bit more and I've tried more teas. I'm excited to see how I enjoy it this second time around. Maybe I'll be able to pick up some more of the nuance. Sadly, the hair straightener is not a good hack. Yeah, no, that was mostly a joke. But no, the vacuum sealer is a good suggestion. That'll definitely be making it into my wish list.
Please leave your message after the beep.
If you're hearing this, I love
That's fair. That's totally fair. Taguanyen is too flowery and too grassy for you to enjoy every day. I can definitely see how that would be. Yeah, because I feel like I got to be in the right mood for the Taguanyen, and when I'm in the mood, it's amazing. Especially just the aroma is incredible. But I definitely I get what you're saying. Oh no, you broke your mom's hair straightener. That's too bad. Well, that's the price of science, I suppose. Lesson learned. Ooh, yeah, that's no good. I can definitely see how that would be a problem. Little bits of plastic infused into your hair. Oof. Right now, I am drinking a 2019 white tea that I got. It's from the first tea cake that I ever bought, which I think was like 4 or 5 months ago now. Um, so I just thought it'd be fun to kind of revisit this after I've been drinking tea for a while. I hadn't had this tea in At least 2 months. It's just kind of been sitting. No, it's not the silver needle. One sec, I'll grab the cake. This is what we're working with today.
The number you have dialed is not available at present.
Let's see. It is
If you're hearing this,
a gong mei. Oh yeah, Sammy has me wanting to get some setup to toast my own da hong pao. They were telling, or not Sammy, Pocket Man, because they were telling me all about how it improves the flavor quite a lot. Also, just sounds like a fun thing to do. The ultimate. Actually, is that is roasting pu'er a thing? I wonder how that would taste. Only with oolong and green. Yeah, that those are the ones that I hear people usually roast. But I don't think I've ever heard anybody roast in pu'er. I wonder. Oh yeah, you're right. Bamboo roasted pu'er is a thing. You're definitely right. I totally forgot about that. Hmm. I'll have to track some of that down. It's probably pretty good. See, that's the fun thing with tea. There's just a never-ending list of interesting new styles of tea to try. You can never run out of types of tea to explore. Third brew. Is this the third brew? I think this is the second brew. Or maybe it is the third. It's good though. The flavor is similar to the beginning, but it is a little bit more bold. I think it was the second. The flavor is definitely slightly more pronounced, but nothing crazy. We'll see how it is on the third brew now. That makes sense. Yeah, it was definitely this like the same flavor notes, but just more robust. It was very good. What's the first note come to mind when drinking white tea? So I don't have a ton of experience, but for me, the white teas that I have had, the main note I get is this kind of subtle spiced note. And then there's like a sweetness that kind of underpins it. That's funny. I was actually I got an ad the other day for a tea tray made of clay with the Heart Sutra on it. I thought that was really cool. Right, that's what I thought. I was a little suspicious of the quality of it, but because it was just an Instagram ad. The one where as it stains the engraving. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, it seems amazing. I would love to have a tea tray like that someday. Something made out of like Yixing clay or something real porous that can absorb the tea. You gonna get the Heart Sutra tea tray, Sammy? I'm hoping that this one will last me a while longer. I think there's other things that I plan to get before I get a nicer tea tray, but I would like to get something like maybe stone or clay if I can afford it eventually. Yeah, that's the real struggle. I got room for maybe one, maybe two more teapots. I got room for some more tea, but that's about all I got room for in terms of teaware and collecting more. Yeah, the stone tea trays are really nice. DWT trays last a long time, especially the good stone ones. Unless you drop them. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Though, actually, I do imagine since it's stone, there's probably techniques you could repair it with. Let's see. DWT tray. Hmm. DW equals don't worry. Oh, interesting. Don't worry. Tea tray. Oh no, don't worry. Tea trays last. I'm following you. Yeah, no, I got you now. See, that's the fun of doing this first thing in the morning. My brain hasn't started yet, so you get goofy moments like that. See now, that's the moment. Now, if I start a teaware company, it's gonna be called Don't Worry Teaware. So now DWT trays will be a brand. Same, Sammy. That's goals. That's goals for real. I would love just like a proper table. It's got some storage in it. It's got like a spot for my 5 gallon water jug, all that. That would be amazing. Honestly, I feel like having like a little tea shop one day would be really dope to just curate cool tea wear. But I don't know. I'm a long ways from that. I still got so much to learn about tea just to talk about it on Twitch, let alone to sell it to people and sell teaware. But maybe one day we'll actually we'll make DWT wear a thing. I could definitely the branding would be easy. You get like hats and shirts that just say "Don't worry" and a little cup of tea. It'd be a vibe. I could see it. With a built-in JCM 800. That would be dope. That'd be a pretty big table. We talking a 2x12 or 4x12 cabinet for that amp. Or do 8 by 12, two fours on each side. That's what's up. That is what's up. We love greenback speakers. That's I got one of those old orange cabinets with like the good greenbacks from back in the day. I don't know if I'll ever sell that thing because it's probably worth a fortune at this point. And if I did sell it, I would never be able to get it back or get anything like it back. So she's just sitting in storage waiting for the day that I got room to bust it out and jam with it. Yeah, for sure. It was everything I wanted out of my guitar tone. I spent a lot of money on my guitar equipment, but I had the exact tone that I wanted. I had my modified Schecter with the jazz combo pickups, the Seymour Duncan humbuckers, and then I had a triple rec from a Mesa triple rec, and then an orange 4x12, and oof, the tone. Oh, and I put a tube screamer through it, and it was perfect. You know what would be interesting as a tea table if you actually have something like a 1 millimeter deep river winding around your table and coat stuff, water. Yes, I've actually seen. I've seen a tea table. I can't remember where I saw it, but there was a little river floating around, and they even had like little boats you could put people's teacups on. So you would serve them. You'd like pour all the cups of tea, and then you just put them on little boats, and they would float around the river to everyone, and that's how you would serve people at it. It was awesome. So I fully agree. That would be sick.
If you're hearing this,
I saw a tea table with a built-in koi aquarium. Yes, you did. You showed me that yesterday. You should definitely. Actually, you know what? One sec. I might be able to pull the pictures up, and so we can show Pocket Man. So your wash and waste actually travel around. Yeah. So and the one you're describing, you would have it be not filled, but just kind of a funnel for your waste. But I have seen something similar. It was really cool. Let me see here. Let's get these pictures. Please do not lean on me. I'm unstable. You're all I need. I see that you're able. Please do not lean on me. I'm unstable. Here we go. You don't mind if I pull up pictures, do you? I'm not gonna show anything else, just the picture. Sammy, I don't wanna show this if you're not comfortable with that, but while I wait for your answer, I'll but with the groove so shallow it's hard to see. I got you. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna show you the photo Sammy sent. Behold. How cool is that? Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? There's a waterfall at the end. That's sick. If I see the other picture with the teapots, you can see. One sec, I'll pull that up. Let me go back to this cam so I don't show anything I don't intend to. The one with all the teapot. Oh, I see. I think this is the one. You know, I'll just download all of these and we can scrub through it.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
All right, and then we do this. I got Daniel Caesar stuck in my head. All right, here we go. So I don't think this is the one you were referring to with all the teapots, but here's another one of the images. I really want to get a tea table that has this induction heater with the water built in. That seems just so amazing, so convenient. Tea pets. Oh, I see what you're saying. We got a couple tea pets here. Sadly, the only tea pet you're familiar with was the one you boil and then let cool underwater. Then when you pour a wash on it, it looks like a little kid is taking a wee. I've seen ones that use a similar concept. Oh yeah, here's all the tea pets. I've seen one that uses a similar concept, but to less comedic effect. That's awesome. Yeah, they got a ton of tea pets. You can even see there's more here. Actually, can I zoom in a bit? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I've seen the one with the frog. All these teapots too. Wow.
If you're hearing this,
And the
I
cakes.
love you.
Oh, are they selling? Are these for sale back here, or is this just more sets for serving? Oh no, you broke your cousin's tea pet. That's so sad. Even the table. Wow. That's what's up. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of a shop like that where you can walk in and you get some hands-on experience with some of the product, but literally everything you see is for sale. I like that. I think that's really dope. 'Cause sometimes you go to places and you have no idea what's actually for sale. And then we saw this. Do I have one more, or is this the last one? Okay, we got one more. Oh yeah, and then we saw that. That's really dope. I'm actually hoping to go and to a tea house for the first time soon. So when I do, I'll have to let y'all know how it is. I'm very excited. I'll make sure to take lots of pictures, video if I can. I don't want to be, rude to the staff and whatnot, but if I can get some videos, I'll take some videos and I can show y'all on stream. Oh, interesting. Um, I don't know if it's exactly the same in the West. They're pretty few and far between. I don't know if this place serves food. They might, but it's like a tea shop. Yeah, kind of like it's a tea shop, I guess would be the word. Tea house is probably something else based on what you're describing. But yeah, they do tea service there, so I can go and try, like, I think it's 5 different teas. Um, and they have they sell teapots and stuff too. So I'll have to fight the urge to buy teaware because I got things that I need to spend my money on other than tea for the moment. But soon we'll be back to spending all our money on tea. Don't worry. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Especially because I was looking at the website and they have some like really, really interesting sounding teas. What's this? Whoa, whoa, that's sick. Hold up. Hold on a sec. I gotta pull this up. Let me refresh here. That's so cool. Interesting. So they brew it and then send it to you in this. That's really neat. That's actually pretty similar. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Yeah, floating. This is actually similar to the tea table that I saw, but much larger. Much larger. Also, that tea looks amazing. That's a good question. My guess is it floats all the way back. Yeah, that or broken ceramics. Does it just drop off at the end? Now I'm just watching it again because it's so satisfying. Oh, it does just drop off at the end. Big ol' waterfall. Yeah, no, you're right, Sammy. If they miss it, it's just broken ceramics. I think it means your order got twice as expensive. Yeah. And then the manager would come up and congratulate you on the new teaware you just bought. Unfortunately, it had some issues in shipping and is broken, and there is no returns. But that's really cool. I definitely think it's a choice to have it just kind of go to a waterfall at the end. Cause goodness, I could just easily see somebody getting like wrapped up in conversation, like, "Oh, is that our tea? No, no, okay," and then just yeet. I hope it's cheap, cheap teaware. Yeah, kintsugi. Ooh, I need a strainer. I'd love to get a teapot. Yeah, a kintsugi teapot. I don't know if I have the determination to do it myself. Seems quite involved. But if I had the money, maybe someday I'd do it. I'd get one. But I don't know. Maybe it just takes a lot of time. Maybe it's a fairly straightforward process. But I do. I really love the look of kintsugi. I think it's beautiful. Funny enough, actually, I think one of the first teapots that I was looking at early on had that done with silver, and the check I was waiting on to buy the teaware came too late and it sold out. So I was like this close to having a kintsugi. Well, I don't know if it still counts if it's not gold, but sort of a kintsugi type teapot, which would have been really dope. There's lots of people on Etsy who sell these like pseudo ones where they I think first of all they intentionally break the teaware and then they fill it with like epoxy, and as the epoxy is curing they like brush it with gold dust, and it looks okay, but nah. Nah. That's valid. If it was free, I would definitely do the same. Unfortunately, I think I would be the one footing the bill on that. But yeah, it's so gorgeous. You know, the thing that kind of blows my mind is, have you ever seen those teapots that are repaired with like basically a staple? They like hammer a staple into it and it holds it together. I really genuinely have no idea how that works. Like, how do you not damage the teapot more? It's very cool looking though. It's got sort of a steampunk aesthetic to it. I would also love to get one that's been repaired that way. Uh, but it's just interesting. I don't know if there's a video on that. I wonder, because I am curious now. I mean, I've been curious, but I'm thinking about it again. Ramen and super glue, the ultimate repair tools. You could fix anything with that. Teapot repair staple. Ceramic stapling. Here we go. Oh, okay. They drill. That makes sense. So you drill the holes. Hmm. Do not drill through. Oh, so these are pretty shallow. Interesting. Very interesting. This seems like quite the intense process. Cut several diamond-shaped staples from a metal strip. The width of the strip and the cutting angle will affect the size of the staples. That makes sense.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
So we can't use the staple gun from Home Depot. Unfortunately, it seems so. Yeah, that makes sense. Tape it so it holds while you work. That's the thing with the holes. Remember to cut off the pointy end. Yeah, don't stab yourself. Okay, so you do gotta bend both. That makes sense. I see. Oh, there we go. See, knowing me, I would just, I would try to hammer the staple in and just shatter the T-ware into oblivion. Hmm. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I bet this is not easy. Well, there we go. That answers that, though. I was actually very curious about that. We learned something new today. Well, who knows? Maybe y'all already knew. But that's pretty neat. Now, if any of us break our T-ware, we can fix it. First try, it'll work flawlessly. I'm sure this doesn't take practice. You tried to do kintsugi with epoxy? I mean, hey, no judgment. If that's what you can afford, then yeah, yeah. I think it'll work fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bougie. Maybe I'm just too bougie. I like the idea of using gold. I also have like I'm a bit of a silver bug, so I got a little silver stash. I could always just melt an ingot of silver and use that. The lacquer. I see. So it's just kind of it's a little dull then. Oh yeah, the epoxy way is definitely affordable. I wonder how they do it with like actual gold though, like the old school way back before epoxy was a thing. What the hell is this? Sorry, my YouTube suggestions are just being out of pocket right now. Oh, it is done with lacquer. I see. I thought I thought they were like melting gold into the cracks and letting it bond that way. Ah, I see. So then epoxy is totally fine. It's basically the same thing. Ah, scandalous. I want them. Yo, I would love. It's never gonna happen, but I would absolutely love to try the mother tree from Dahong Pao. Oh yeah, that would be incredible. Let me see. Maybe there's an article talking about that. Yeah, 10K for 5 grams. That sounds about right. Hey, appreciate the informative link. Let's pull this up real quick. Refresh. This must be a common misconception if someone's taking the time to make a video about this.
When does the gold
Ah, I see.
kintsugi? Gold powder is applied in the final procedure after all the pieces are fully stuck together with lacquer. The gold powder sticks to the lacquer on the cracks, and the kintsugi products we imagine are complete. So the gold is actually only on the surface and not used for the inside. Kintsugi doesn't use gold to catch broken pieces.
Well, there you go. The more you know. Very interesting. Speaking of, oh, you read it from someone in Discord, yeah. You were right, Sammy. You were right. Ramen and super glue rules the day. Oh, it's super glue and ramen dust. Galvanized square steel. Hell yeah.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
So, one sec, let me pull this back up. I'm looking at the place that I'm gonna go for tea. Because I remember, I thought they had, it's not Da Hong Pao, but I did think that they had some mother tree tea. And I was just curious. Yeah, right here. And this is second generation. This is also mother tree. Alright, let's see here. Once it goes down, the mid-torso area feels warm and pumped up, supercharging with great energy. Great taste is just the side effects. Great taste is just the side effects. Interesting. You know, I've never actually seen a tea vendor explain more about the chi of the tea than the actual flavor. That's kind of interesting. Let's see here. It's an atomic bomb.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
It has its name Shandong. Beautiful, elegant, strong. Best combination in tea or anything else. I don't know. Maybe we have to try the atomic bomb tea. Oh, have y'all ever seen anything like this? I remember seeing this and I thought it was very interesting. The tea is, the leaves are like it's stuck in honey, basically. You can see the honey all over it. I've never seen anything like this, but I bet you it's so good. Because, I mean, who doesn't love tea and honey, right? And the honey, in theory, should be infused with the tea. That sounds so good. But here's where the real danger is. Oh, I actually really like this. I like how big the top, the opening at the top is. Keep forgetting to add more water. Just need a little bit though. This tea is pretty brewed out. I think I might get one more steep out of it though. I'll need a little water to clean up with. In case you didn't think American politics were weird enough, I saw that there's people walking around with sperm donation jars, and that has become the current meta that the right is using to attack the Democrats, and I think that that is hilariously unhinged. Like, how is this real life? We got people walking around with little jars of sperm, and that's their platform. Yeah. So, yeah, right? Like I just I'm kind of amazed.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
It rained. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I could go for some rain. It's been so hot. Just brutal. I think we got a couple more months before we see any rain here though. Maybe in like November we'll get some rain finally. Waiting for those last couple degrees on your teapot is agony, I swear. You get to like 83 out of 85, and then it takes as long as it took to get to 83 to get those last 2 degrees. I don't blame you. I would be incredibly excited if it started raining here. Oh, there we go. It has been way too long since we had a good rain. I would just hang out and get soaked. I'm not even capping. Like, I'm ready for it. Although we're definitely gonna get like crazy floods when it rains for the first time. It's been so dry. Which is also out here because we're basically in the desert and the ground just can't absorb the rain when it finally falls. Basically what happens is like all the parking lots have these ramps into them and they are gnarly, and it's pretty wild to be honest, but it keeps them from flooding. Do I like to use Gaiwans more or teapots? Um, I think it just depends on what I'm drinking. I think, hmm, both really do have their merits. Gaiwans are pretty fun to use. There's a sort of, it's not, hard skill, but there is a certain skill to it, and it's always fun to learn a technique and develop your ability at it. But teapots are convenient and very beautiful. Guy ones aren't not beautiful, but teapots are very beautiful. And there's just that aesthetic balance to them that I really enjoy. That's a good question. I don't really know if I prefer one over the other. I think I just really appreciate both. I'm also not really the kind of person who ever has favorites. Um, like I don't have a favorite TV show or a favorite movie or a favorite musician. There's just, you know, various people or things in each of those categories that I love. Um, I've never really been the kind of person who can pick a favorite. It's just like, well, I like this one for this reasons, and I like this one for these reasons. So, yeah, I don't know that I prefer one over the other. Um, I guess if you like really twisted my arm, maybe teapots, just because they're the slightest bit more convenient. Although teapots can be kind of a pain to clean out. Sometimes the leaves get stuck in like crevices and stuff because of the shape of the teapot. So, yeah, it's hard to say. Uh, I definitely love both, but I guess I would probably pick a teapot if I had to. If I had to choose between the two. That's a great question. I used to use heavy, like heavy top, heavy bottoms from Ernie Ball back in the day, but lately I just use the like the kind of standard size elixirs. I got a box here, one sec. I can exact gauge. Because nowadays I'm doing like way poppier music. Yeah, yeah. I love heavy strings, but these days I'm doing poppier music, and so I got the 1046 that I'm using, bright and smooth. I need to restring my guitar because I got this beat that's kind of like it's a little 2010s pop esque, so I need that wah, 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 guitar sound. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm doing like rock, I definitely want the heavy, like the heaviest strings I can get. I actually had to modify one of my guitars so it could actually hold the strings because they kept getting unseated when I was riffing on them, chugging away, and then they'd pop out. So I'd have to like mute my guitar for a sec, pull the string up, and like put it back in place mid set. Yeah, no. Especially because like we were a pop punk band, but we had a pretty, a bit of a metal influence. So we were very chuggy and we down tuned all of our songs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We played everything in D standard, more or less. There was a couple songs we would put in like drop C or something like that, but we were always down tuned. Hmm. Yeah, even like when I wanted the song to be a little bit lighter, I still tend to bias towards D standard over E because I just feel like there's a little bit more body and fullness to the tone when you're down a whole step from standard, whereas E is it's very bright. very whiny almost. And I mean, there's certainly a time and place for it. I mean, shoot, there's the Nashville tuning where you tune the guitar up, so to kind of like emulate the sound of a 12 string. But for my purposes of music making, always tuning down, always. Yeah, this tea is very brewed out. Well, all right, Sammy. Oh, half step sounds better, IMO, compared to a stand. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm with tuning down. I think that E standard is majorly overrated. I think maybe it's time to consider making D the new standard. Controversial opinion. We'd have to rewrite thousands of years of music. Well, maybe not thousands, hundreds of years of music history, but you know, it's all right. We'll get by. Most guitarists can't read music anyway. That was always the hard part when I was in college learning classical guitar. Is like reading music for guitar was always weird because there's a lot of interpretation like that is left to you to decide when it comes to your fingerings, because there's the placement of the yeah, no, tab, I definitely prefer tabs because because of exactly what I'm talking about, where you read a chord, right? And the way that you voice that chord isn't usually notated. And so you kind of just have to figure out what the most comfortable way to play that sequence of notes or that chord is. Because on the guitar, there's multiple, like, if you want to E3, there's more than one E3 on the guitar, you know? I don't know if there actually is more than one E3 on the guitar, but you get my point. There's multiples of most every note. And so you've got to kind of be decisive about how you voice things. And I mean, it's good for learning to think about that and just in general, but if I'm just trying to learn a song, I think tabs are just way more efficient. So, pros and cons, but I definitely think tabs went out overall. I definitely prefer to use tabs. Even when I was in school, I would use tabs a lot. But don't tell my prof that. Well, all right, Sammy, it's been fun chatting with you. And Pocket Man, if you're still here, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all later. And always a treat to talk with you. Have a good one.
number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
If you're hearing this, I love you.
The number you have dialed is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
If you're hearing this, I love you.